Welcome to this week's video, which includes some epic fails as well as hopefully a happy accident. We join this video in progress. Okay, we are back, and I did not realize that my phone stopped recording. So the way I did this was I was cleaning the Real Red re-inker off of this last night from doing this, and as I first started to clean it here, it just left the pink color, and I thought, oh, that's kind of pretty. So then I just started cleaning it on another piece of cardstock, and then I decided to get out the modeling paste. So I did do the first layer with this mask with the modeling paste, and as you can see, it is opaque, but that color shines through, so I guess it's actually a little more translucent than opaque. And then I let that dry, went and did other things, and now I'm going to do another layer. And I was playing with this, and I think if you line up, see it like on here, there's 2 holes and then 3 and 3. So I'm kind of lining up this next mask, so it will kind of line up like that. And it's not perfect, and that's fine, but it does look like the holes here will go on this petal, and these lines here will go on that petal, and so on. So that's what I'm gonna try as far as lining that up. And then as far as mixing some more modeling paste, I'm just gonna, I don't think it's gonna take very much. So I'm just gonna take a little bit out, and then I'm gonna add, I don't know, just maybe a drop of Melon Mambo, because I think I'll do pink. And I assume that as I mix this, it's gonna be lighter. So let's see. Oh, well, that's not that light. That is pretty dark. Okay, so, but that's cool. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that. So as you can see, one tiny drop of the re-inker goes a long way with the modeling paste. So I'm just gonna mix this up, and then on here, I'm gonna hold this down. Maybe I'll use some tape again, because last night when I did the first layer, I did not use any tape to hold it down, and it did move just so slightly, which I wasn't that concerned about. But I guess for today, I might as well tape it just briefly. I'll put a little more. Oh, that's not really sticking that much. And that's my Post-it note tape. Let me get some just normal tape. Okay. All right, so then I'm just going to smear this over. I'm going to kind of press the sides down too, just to keep it flat, because it looks like it does want to come up a little bit. There was some like mono adhesive tape runner, what we used to call that, was called it. Now the stuff they have is called Seal. It used to be called Snail, and before that, I don't remember what we called it, but they had a permanent version of that and a temporary version, and I think a temporary version of that might work to put on the bottom of the mask. Let's see, I can do this little bit over here, so you can see that really just having a tiny bit of the modeling paste goes a long way on this. So now I'm just going to scrape this off, try to make it smooth, and then we can pull this layer off, and I will let it dry as I go to work today. So I had a little bit left here. I don't know if it's worth trying to get that on a little thicker, but that's pretty good. And I am going to pull this off so you can see it. Hopefully it doesn't smear too much. Hopefully that tape doesn't get on there. There you go. So you have the background that was the really pale pink that actually came from real red and a baby wipe cleaning off the mask. And then I did just the modeling paste by itself for this bottom layer, which may be hard to see right now. And then I did the middle layer with Melon Mambo. I think when we're all done, we can always go back and outline, you know, do some other creative things with this. So what I'm going to do is stop. I'm going to go clean up this stuff, let this dry, and I will come back with you later today. Okay, I am back. I had to go to work today and now it's in the evening, and I'm going to see what else I can come up with this card. I'm going to do some Melon Mambo ink now. Using the, I used the re-inker in the modeling paste before for the next layer. So now what I'm going to try to do is add some Melon Mambo to the white. And so I'm going to get my mask here and I'm going to put that back on. Let me see, how did that go? I think it's like this. Okay, I think it goes like that. And then I'm going to put some tape down. I think it's probably good to hold it. So I'm going to go like this, rub a little here, and I'm going to just kind of rub around the edges there. I still want some of the white to show in the middle. I'm going to cover that because I don't want to get pink on that part. Down right there. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Okay. Let's see what that is going to look like. This to pull this tape off. Ooh, yeah, I like that better. Okay, can you see that? How that gives it some more dimension like that. Cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is get out some green for the leaves with the modeling paste. So here's the leaf, and let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's see, might actually go like this, but if I do it like this, this is going to go off the edge. So maybe I will do this leaf here, these two leaves here, and this one I might just have to do separate. I'll have to adjust it a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to get out the modeling paste again. And again, it's not going to take very much. Okay, last time when I just did the one drop of the Melon Mambo, that ended up being pretty bright. So I think this time I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of the soft sea foam, and we'll see how dark that gets. Hopefully it'll keep it kind of on the light side. Okay, so I'm going to mix this together. This is not unlike putting food coloring in your icing or frosting before frosting cupcakes. Okay, now that's still pretty, it's pretty light. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. Hopefully I don't regret this. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to, I think it was over here where I was going to put it. Okay. I'm going to get some of my tape again. One thing I thought about during my work day today was that if you use the mono-adhesive glue, this stuff, this does have a removable bond. If you put it on and then let it dry, then it becomes more temporary, so you can remove it and such. But I didn't remember that until right now, and I'm already getting started, so I'm not going to try putting that on there to keep this down. I'm just going to hold it, and then you're going to smear this over, and you want to spread it, and then you want to even it out once you cover it all up. There. Then I'm going to kind of scrape it across. Scrape it across. And when I do that, you can kind of see more of the pink in there, can't you? Or if I left it more 3D like that, you probably see it a little less. Interesting. But we will still put the darker color over the top. All right, so let me leave that like that. Pull this off. And then I'm going to come around here. And now this I have to be careful because I can't put this on top of where that wetness is. So let me turn this way. Or maybe what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to hold this up. My thumb is like that. This is where you need a couple extra hands. I think that'll work okay if I keep my hand up. Now, of course, I got to scrape this off somehow without holding that down with my left hand. Okay. I'm going to be really careful here because this is still kind of sticking up. There we go. Okay. All right, so there we go. And so now I need to let this dry again. But I think just for the fun of it, I don't know if I should attempt to dry it with the heat tool. It might just like totally bubble up. Okay, and I think I'm going to try doing this underneath to begin with. So if I do this underneath, okay, I think that did start to bubble just a teeny tiny bit. So I think I'm going to set this aside, let it dry good, and then we'll come back and finish it a little bit later. Okay, while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and work on my card. So I'm going to take a full sheet of paper and I'm going to cut it in half at 5.5 inches. So this is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then I'm going to score it with my scoring blade so it will be easy to fold. I'm going to do that at 4.25. Okay, so that's drying. It's going to be like that. I don't have any Melon Mambo paper, but I do have this polished pink, which is going to be part of the in colors that are ending here soon. So for the last part, I'm going to add just a little tiny bit more, and I'm going to need a little bit darker green. Now on here, I think to get it to match, I'm just going to add more of the soft sea foam instead of getting a darker color. Let's mix this together. Yeah,
darker. Let's see. Is this the best way to do that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I'll do it like this. It's going to be a little rough. That's okay. There we go. And on here, it can be a very thin amount. Scrape some more of this. Very careful putting this on. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. It's just real light and subtle. I'm going to have to set it this way. I'm going to have it bent so it doesn't get on the wet part over there. And I only have a tiny, tiny bit of this left. So we'll see if this is even enough to go on. Yeah, I think so. Just a tiny, tiny little bit. Okay. Okay, so we are going to be done with this. I'm going to let this dry for a minute, and I'm going to go clean up my stencils. Always make sure you put the lid back on your embossing paste. Plus, I'm going to put this back in the Ziploc bag that it came in, just to kind of help keep it sealed even more. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. Did that really go through? Not really. So that's pretty good. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, look at that. That's a wonderful thing to have, that grid paper. There we go. All right, that'll be good. Okay, so now what we can do, hopefully this is going to be dry enough so that we can put our card together. So I have the pink card base, and I have this, but I think, I don't know, I think I might want to put a solid color underneath there. Yeah, I think maybe white would be good for that. So this is a 1/4 sheet. I need to trim that. Maybe I will just barely trim that to 4 1/8 by, what would that be? Instead of 5 1/2, that would be what, 5 3/8, I guess. I'll have to look that up. Okay, let's see if I did that right or if I did it wrong. I usually always go 5 1/4 by 4. Usually I don't do it where it's just tiny like this, but yeah, I think that works. Okay. Okay, so then this is going to have to go to 4 going across this way, and since this went right to the edge, I think maybe I'll go this to 4. And hopefully this doesn't smush down on here too much. I'll try to be gentle. Oh, that looks like it's okay. None of it got on here. Okay, good. All right, it must be dry enough. Okay, and then this way it's going to have to go to 5 1/4. So we'll cut that off there. We'll see how that looks on here. Yeah, that's just going to be a little tiny border there. Get my glue. I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on this because I noticed that the paper is warped just a little bit. So hopefully that will help it to flatten out some. that gonna work? Okay. Then I'm gonna put this upside down. Try to just be very gentle as I rub on this. Probably want to do this maybe for 5 or 10 seconds. Try to get it all stuck. This mono-adhesive glue is so good because you can move it around for a few seconds, but then it wants to stay in place. And since the paper was warped, I'm just spending a little more time trying to keep that flat. Now I'm going to kind of just press on the edges a little again, so it won't be warped too much. There, that's good. Okay, so then I'm going to put this on the bright pink. Have some different shades of pink there. I think the variety is good. I'll do it like this. Okay, I need to lift that up. There. Okay, same thing, I'm gonna lay this down here. Well, now with that sticking up, it might be better to leave it up, and I'm just gonna press on the edges to get that. There. Okay, so am I going to want the card like this, or am I going to want it like this? Really, I think you could do it either way. I don't think it really would matter too much. And you could decide if you want to add a sentiment or not, or if you just want the modeling paste to be the star of the show. I think it could go either way. Okay, let's do this saying here. I love this Irresistible Bloom set. In fact, I am going to create a class using this set. Hopefully I will get it mostly done this weekend, so I will be ready to tell you all about it. But that's going to be my very first class. I haven't done one before, and I just love this set. I have made several videos using it, and I've just been making lots of other cards that I haven't posted. But I have not used this saying yet. The one over here, it's wanting to like stick on that side. Okay. This one here, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. Okay, let me get a scrap paper. We'll see if using the Melon Mambo ink here ends up matching using the Melon Mambo re-inker in the embossing paste. So I'm going to just put this on here, be able to cut it out after I stamp it. Now, is that a little darker? I don't know, I think it's fine. Let me see if the Stylish Dies goes over this. I don't know. I think that doesn't quite do it. I might have to do this one. Oh, but I really would rather it be more narrow. So I think it's going to be cut off, but I'm going to take the risk. I can just stamp it again if it doesn't work. Okay, let's see how that worked. Oh, I think I'm gonna go with that. That's not entirely perfect, but you know, nothing about my project today has been perfect. Actually, I think that's probably okay. All right, so if I were to put that right down here and pop that up with some dimensionals, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm gonna get out, I guess I can get out the big ones. They come in a mini size, plus this is the regular size of Stampin' Dimensionals, and this is just something that you cannot get enough of, is the Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, just need 3 of those. Okay, then I'm going to set this on just down here in the corner. I think it's going to cover up just part of, oh, it really doesn't. I thought it was going to cover up part of that dot, but it doesn't. I'll just leave that down there at the corner. There we go. Okay, so that is the card that I came up with. Oh, I just thought of something. What if we added some sparkle? I added some Wink of Stella to this. Let's see, where would I do it? Just here? Maybe on the pink parts? That looks like it's working. Oh, I think I like that. Put some on here. On the leaves a little bit. I think that adds something. I like that. Okay. Always got to add a little bling. Let me see what gems I can get out. I'm going to fast forward through this, but I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has been watching my videos. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So check out the description for links. I almost have 500 subscribers on YouTube, so I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing. Thank you to everyone who is liking my videos and also commenting. I just really, really appreciate it as I am starting out. I think I might try to do a live this weekend. I have never done one. So I'll probably just pop on, and if you are available and see me, you can come and see what's happening, but I might just be kind of checking out the controls, see how everything works. I might do some kind of little practice demo, but who knows, I might delete the whole video later. But in case you see that happen over the weekend, that's what I am doing. But I also want to say, if you have ideas for what you would like to be seen on this channel, if you have ideas for stamp sets, or if you have ideas for different techniques that you'd like me to try, I'm totally open to everything. Now, as I'm looking at this, I just thought of something completely different I might try doing. I almost think it would be good to outline the flower and the leaves, either in the green and pink colors, or maybe even make it more artsy with just like a watercolor pencil or crayon or pastel. So I might put up something tomorrow, like a short video, doing some more, and then maybe I'll do a poll and see which one you guys like better. Check out the links in the description on how to shop with me on the Stampin' Up website. I also have an art blog and a store that can be found at lisagoodell.com. All of those links will be in the description. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.